Hey guys, welcome back to my channel SAP with IK. Hope you're all doing good. So today in this video we'll discuss on the planning strategy 40, which is the planning with final assembly, and we'll discuss on how the sales orders will get allocated to the plan independent requirements, and how does the consumption of the PIR or the plan independent requirement it happens when a sales order has been created, and how MRP is going to create proposals, let's say the planned orders, right, based on the requirement dates against the sales orders and the independent requirements. So let's get started. So here I am in SAP, and let's go to MD04 directly, the transaction. And here in the stock requirement list, I'm going to use the material P102 as an example for today. So here, if you look at the stock statistics, we do have an availability of 2064 pieces in the stock, and whereas we have a sales order for the requirement of 3000 pieces in the month of December, right, on 29th December. And based on the stock calculations, you can see that there are two different planned orders, and then we are left over with an excess of 4000 pieces. So let me run MRP and refresh the scenario. So MRP has been executed, and I'm going to refresh the list. So now you can see only one planned order, and that's according to the requirement quantity versus the available quantity. So now based on the deficit quantity of the 936, so the planned order has been created to fulfill the requirement. And you also can see that the planned order has been created based on the requirement date for the sales order as 29th December. And before we create the plan independent requirements, let me show you the strategy groups that I have assigned here. So here we are going to use the strategy group 40, which is basically for the planning with final assembly. So the concept of this planning with final assembly is that the planned independent requirements can be created based on the forecast, and then the MRP will be executed, wherein which we will get a planned order based on the requirement periods. And now in these particular periods, so let's say we have created a forecast for the next 6 months, right? So in these 6 months, let's say we get a new sales order from a customer, or maybe an old sales order has been shifted into the future date. So that particular independent requirement or the PIR that lies in the requirement date of the sales order, that will get consumed by the sales order. So the allocation of the plan independent requirement will be done against the sales order, and the planned orders that have been created for that particular PIR will be allocated to this sales order. So that's how it basically works, and it helps the planner basically to forecast and also to plan the raw materials or the components that are needed for the manufacture of the finished product, and not to wait for quite a long time as soon as we receive the sales order, right? So since we have already forecasted for the next 6 months, and then we have the dependent requirements created for the components, and then we are based on the MRP, and the purchase equations will be created, and also the purchasing process will be initiated well in advance. So as soon as you receive a sales order on that particular month, you can directly start manufacturing the product and deliver it to the customer. So just to make sure that we are on time and we are not missing the schedules provided by the customer. So let's get into the scenario here. So I'm going to delete this sales order for now. And here is my line item 20. So I'm going to create a reason for rejection code. Right, and let me delete this VSF as well. I'm going to start a fresh scenario. And now this planned order is not required to be here, right? And this goes away only after the MRP has been executed, or you have to manually delete the planned order. But the best practice is that it should go away through the MRP itself. So I'm going to run MRP, And please do watch my other videos on how to set these transactions as your favorites in the MD04 screen. So refresh. So we are back to the scenario now. So now we can see that we only have the stock and there are no requirements, no planned orders on this. So now I'm going to open a new screen and create the plan independent requirement. And for that, I'm going to use the transaction MD61 and this is my period. So I'm going to create this PIR in the period of 24/11 to 29/12 and my period indicator is on a monthly basis. So let's say in the month of November, I'm going to create a requirement for 3000 pieces and in the month of December, I'm going to forecast it for 4000 pieces. So now the requirement has been saved. So if I go into the details of this particular PIR or the plan independent requirement, if you look at the details of this schedule lines, we can see that the requirement type is coming up as VSF. So VSF will always be defaulted for the strategy group 40. So since we have allocated this strategy group 40 in the material master, so whenever you create a PIR, the requirement type will always be defaulted by the system to VSF itself. And don't get confused by looking at the planned quantity. Why? Because this is a cumulative quantity for both the periods. We are looking at the item level. But if I go into the schedule lines, you can see the requirements that have been forecasted on a periodical basis or maybe the period indicator what you have basically selected. It can be months, weeks or days. Okay. So now we have the PIR. So let's go back to MD04. I'm going to refresh. So now we can see that there are two PIRs created in the month of November and in the month of December. So now you might have a question saying that why are we looking at the dates as 2/11/2021 and 1/12/2021, right? So let me tell you that. So as long as you use the period indicator as a month and you start creating the plan independent requirements, so always the first working day of that particular month will be considered as the requirement date for the plan independent requirement. So now if you look at the factory calendar for this particular plant 1000, it says that the 1st of November 2021 is a non-working day. So that's the reason the PIR has been created for the next working day, so which is 2nd of November. In the same way, for the month of December, the first working day is date 1, right? So that's where we have the requirement dates coming up like this. So now the next step is to run MRP. So I'm going to run MRP and refresh the list. So now you can see there are two planned orders. And now there might be a different question. Another question for you. Why do we see two planned orders? Why can't we have only one planned order for the total quantity of 7000? The reason is that as you have the requirement dates of the PIRs been different, right? So one PIR of the 3000 quantity is in the month of November and the other one with 4000 is in the month of December. So it cannot create a planned order in November. Why? Because the planned order created in the month of November can satisfy the requirement of this particular PIR, but it is going to be well in advance for the month of December PIR. So that's the reason system is creating two different planned orders for these two different PIRs. And now you can see the same date over here, right? 8/12/2021. And now system is telling you that you have to reschedule this planned order to meet the requirement date of the plan independent requirement. So the first planned order, this is going to be rescheduled to the 2nd of November and the second planned order should be rescheduled to the date of 1st December, so that these will be in sync. And also the quantity, if you look at here, so the first planned order has been created for the deficit of 936 pieces, which is in the month of November, and the second planned order of the 4000 pieces has been created for the PIR in the month of December. So you also can see the quantities being different over here. So that's about the standard scenario of the VSF and also the planned orders that have been created. So now let's assume that we have a sales order coming up in the month of December, or it has been moved from October to November, right? So let's see how the independent requirements will be consumed by the sales order. So I'm going to create a sales order now. With an order quantity of, let's say, 3000, and my requirement date is in the month of November. Please say this 25/11/2021, and then the plan code. So now I'm going to save this sales order with a quantity of 3000 pieces in the month of November. So now the sales order has been saved. Let me go to the MD04 and refresh the list. There you go. So now you can see that one of the independent requirement that has been created in the month of November has been consumed by this particular sales order, right? Why? Because the intent for you, for the planner to basically create a PIR is to perform the planning of the raw materials or maybe the packaging materials, and then assign that particular planned order to the sales order. Why? Because we are basically selling our goods, right? So we are manufacturing them, keeping in the warehouse, and then selling it to the customer, right? So this is not a kind of a make to order, right? So this is a make to stock scenario. And now you can see that the existing stock has been consumed by this particular sales order, and the deficit of this 936 pieces has been addressed by this particular planned order. So now this planned order will be assigned to this particular sales order. So let me just run the order progress report, and let's make sure that we are getting the right planned order assigned to it. So for that, I just need to double click on this sales order and choose this icon, the order report. And here we can see the list of planned orders assigned. So the first planned order under this material, the P102, let me just change the view. Yeah, so you can see it side by sides, right? So here the planned order number is 93929. So we have the 93929, which has the quantity. Let me just minimize this. And yeah, there you go. And we have a quantity of 936, right? That has been assigned to this 93929 planned order. So by this, we can make sure that the right planned orders are getting assigned to the sales order. So let's say that I'm going to move this date of the sales order to the month of December. And now, based on the design of this particular planning, the strategy group, the VSF that is lying in the month of December should be consumed now. So I'm going to the change mode of the sales order, and I'm just changing the date to 25/12. That's it. Just ignore these messages and then refresh. So now you can see that the independent requirement that is in the month of November, it came back, and you also see the independent requirement in the month of December, but please do compare the quantity of that. So the initial quantity of this VSF in the month of December was 4000, and whereas your sales order requirement is only for 3000 pieces. So the 3000 has been consumed from this VSF, and the balance of 1000 pieces has been left over on the VSF. So let's say if I am going to create a new line item again, I'll do that for the remaining quantity of 1000 in the same date. The PIR should be consumed. So it would be 25/12,000. Ignore these messages, not related to our scenario. And now I'm going to refresh the list. What we expect is to see a line item 20 in the same sales order with a quantity of 1000 pieces, and the PIR in the month of December should be reduced, consumed. I'm going to refresh. So now you can see that the independent requirement in the month of December has been removed, and only PIR in the month of November is only open now. So that is how the planning strategy 40 helps the planner to perform his planning situations. So that's how the planning strategy basically works. And let's discuss about the planning strategy 10 or the make to stock in our next video. Until then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, keep watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thanks a lot. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also click on the bell icon to receive updates. We'll meet again soon in our next video. Until then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy.